Hey everyone, and welcome. So, if you've ever thought, man, I wish I could use my JavaScript skills for more than just websites, then you have come to the exact right place. Today, we're going to go from zero, a totally blank slate, all the way to writing and running your very first Node.js script. Let's dive in.
If you've written any JavaScript, you know it's the language of the web, right? It lives inside browsers like Chrome or Firefox. But what if you could just unleash it? What if you could take all that power and use it for building backend servers or for writing scripts and tools right on your own computer? Well, that's the exact problem we're going to solve today.
And the key to unlocking all that incredible potential, it's this, Node.js. Now, it's not a new language or anything. Think of it as a powerful environment that takes your JavaScript code and just lets it run, well, pretty much anywhere. It's the bridge that carries JavaScript from being stuck in the browser to the whole world of backend development.
So we've got a really clear 5-step journey ahead of us. We'll do a quick recap on what Node.js is, get our tools installed, make sure everything's working, set up a proper project space, and then the grand finale, running our very first script.
Okay, so just to really lock this idea in, Node.js is what lets us use the JavaScript we already know and love for a whole new universe of things. I'm talking building wicked fast web servers, automating boring tasks on our computers, or even creating our own command line tools. The possibilities are huge.
All right, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty. It's time to actually install the essential tools for our digital workshop.
First things first, you're going to want to head over to the official Node.js website. You'll see two versions right there on the front page. Make sure you choose the one labeled LTS. That stands for long-term support, and it's basically the super stable, reliable version that's perfect for pretty much everything. Once that's downloaded, just run the installer. And honestly, you can just click through and use all the default settings. They're perfect for getting started. And here's the best part. It's a 2-for-1 deal. The installer doesn't just give you Node.js for running your code. It also gives you NPM, the Node Package Manager. You can think of NPM as your personal assistant who's going to help you find, install, and manage all the other libraries and tools your projects will need down the road. It's absolutely essential. So, with the installation done, let's hit our first little checkpoint. We just need to make sure everything is set up correctly before we move on. This is a quick and, trust me, a super satisfying step. Go ahead and open up your command line interface. You might call it terminal or command prompt or maybe PowerShell. Whatever it is, this is your direct line to your computer, and we're about to ask it a quick question. Okay, inside your terminal, just type node, a space, and then -v, and hit enter. If you see a version number pop up, kind of like the one on screen, then boom, perfect installation. Give yourself a quick pat on the back. Awesome. Next up, let's check on our trusty assistant, NPM, just to make sure it's ready for action too. It's the exact same idea. Type npm, a space, -v, and press enter. Seeing another version number here confirms it. Both Node and its package manager are installed and ready to go. You are fully equipped to start building. Okay, our tools are installed and verified. Now, every good project needs a home, right? So let's build our digital workshop, a dedicated folder just for our new Node.js project. Back in your terminal, we're going to use two super simple commands. First, mkdir node_project. That stands for makes directory, and it does exactly what it says, creates our new folder. Then cd node_project for change directory, which moves us right inside it. Just like that, our workshop is open for business. Now, every project needs a way to keep track of itself. Its name, its version, and most importantly, all the tools it depends on. Think of it like a project ID card, or maybe a recipe book. To create this ID card, we're going to use our assistant, npm. The command is npm init. Now, this would normally ask you a bunch of questions, but we can just add the -y flag at the end. That tells it, yep, I'm good with all the defaults, and it creates the file for us instantly. And that one command creates this one very important file, package.json. You can think of this file as the heart of your project. It keeps track of all the vital info, and as your projects get bigger, it'll list all the external code libraries, we call them dependencies, that your project needs to run. And here we are. This is the moment we've been building towards. We have our tools, we have our workspace. It's time to finally write some code and bring it to life. This is the classic hello world moment, but with a cool Node.js twist. So go ahead and open your favorite code editor. Something like VS Code is perfect for this. Inside that Node project folder you made, create a brand new file, and let's name it app.js. This is where the magic's gonna live.
Let's get a few lines of code in here so we can see Node.js in action. First, we'll import a built-in module called OS. This gives our script the power to get info about your computer's operating system. Pretty cool, right? Then let's print a simple welcome message. Next, and this is something you could never do in a browser, we'll use that OS module to actually print out what operating system you're running on. Finally, just for fun, we'll add a simple variable and a loop, just to show that even with all these new server-side powers, it's still the same old JavaScript you're used to. The code is written, the file is saved, the only thing left to do is run it. So, are you ready to see it all come to life? Back in your terminal one last time, make sure you're still inside that Node project folder. The command is as simple as it gets. Just type node, followed by the name of our file, app.js. Go ahead, hit enter, and watch what happens. And that's it. You did it. Seriously, let's just recap what you've accomplished here. You installed the core tools, you set up a proper project, you wrote a real script that actually interacts with your computer, and most importantly, you executed JavaScript completely outside of a web browser. Congratulations, you are officially a Node.js developer. You know, this is just the first step. You now have the fundamental power to build web servers, command line tools, automation scripts, so much more. The foundation has been laid. So the only question left is, what are you going to build next?